Hello and welcome back to the Horror Hour, the show where we discuss, debate, and disagree on all things horror. I'm one of your hosts, George, and today I'm joined by my fellow co-hosts, Yutaka.
Hello.
And Liam.
Hi.
Yeah. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not going to be reviewing anything or doing any ranking videos. This idea came out of thin air from Liam's very small brain, so we're quite thrilled that he managed to bring something
Huge
out.
Forehead, tiny brain.
It's how it works, if the shoe fits. But today, what we're basically going to do is there are these films out there. And I know most of you know this if you're listening or on the podcast or if you're on the YouTube channel. If you're not on the YouTube channel, you're on the podcast, come over to the YouTube channel right now so you can see us. But there are a lot of films out there that could be misconstrued or could be, with a couple of tweaks to the script and the way they're shot, could be a technical horror movie. And today we are plucking some ideas from our brains on movies that we think, now it could be movies, it could be a book, it could be a TV show, but basically a story in some sense, an entertainment piece that could be turned into a horror film. And we're going to explain how we think that could work. So I'm really excited about this because I don't tend to watch that much other than horror, but every time I watch a non-horror film, I always think, how could this be horror? So you really tickled my fancy with this episode, Liam. So I can go first if you wish, or Liam, if you want to go first, because it was your idea. I don't mind. I don't want to take control.
No, it's fine. You were hosting. You go. Give the people what they want. Your idea.
Well, I do have three, but I'm not going to go into too much detail on all.
We'll take it in turns.
Yeah, exactly. So the one I'm going to do first, because I've got the most on, and I feel like I can talk about it more, is one of my favorite movies of all time, and one of my favorite book series of all time, and it is The Wizard of Oz. So The Wizard of Oz in general is already a little bit crazy, very much, in the same vein as Alice in Wonderland, where it's like, what the hell's going on? And for me, and they kind of did a little, and it wasn't necessarily the way I'm going to try and explain it, but they did a kind of version with Return to Oz. Have you seen that film, which is actually iconic, and I love that film.
The Wheelers.
Oh, let me tell you.
Still give me nightmares.
Terrified. Dorothy Gale. Anyway, so my idea is that Dorothy is, in my story, she's a little bit older. Okay, she's over 18.
Okay,
and she is a drug addict. Okay, and this is basically a really bad trip of hers that she is having. And I think there has been people who try and have actually done this in the past and said this is what Alice in Wonderland is about, or Wizard of Oz in the same vein. It's all quite that. So my idea is, so Dorothy is a drug addict, and everything within Oz relates to different things. In the actual film, it does this anyway. I'm just twisting on what all of the things in Oz relate to real life things that were happening to her, but this I'm just taking a little bit of a darker turn on. And I think Oz in general, in my version, would be a lot darker and a lot more just a lot better, really. So for example, so you've obviously got the Scarecrow, you've got the Tin Man, and you've got the Lion. Obviously, all representing brain, heart, and courage. For Brain, this is obviously her mentality and how the drug addiction and the abuse is messing with her brain, and how she is unable to control what is in her mind, and she is trying to get back to that point where she has control. The Heart is obviously with the Tin Man, from leaving her family and friends, and because a lot of times when people are in these with these addictions, they can stray from family and friends because they are in this frame of mind. And so she's lost her heart with her friends and family, and that's her trying to get her heart back. Courage, that's the courage to break away from the addiction and from the life that she's leading. Then, of course, you've got the two witches, the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda, the Good Witch. These are obviously the two sides of her, which is the negative side of her, the side that wants to continue to go down this road. And then Glinda, who is the person who's trying to get her to be the better person. Then, of course, you've got the wizard, who is ultimately going to be a doctor in rehab. The Emerald City is a version of rehab itself, and the Yellow Brick Road is that road to recovery. And it would just be like really dark, and at the end it would be very much like, in a sense, like Sucker Punch, where she like wakes up, she is in a rehabilitation center, and it would be great. Why does everyone look so, Yutaka, you look taken aback?
Well, your entire thing sounds more like just an adult drama. And the lady waking up in Sucker Punch, she had just been lobotomized. No, so if you're saying that that's going to happen, okay, maybe I'll give it the horror take. But the entire time it sounded like you were trying to go for your Oscar, buddy. Where was the horror?
This is elevated horror.
The horror is coming from Oz.
Yes,
the horror coming from Oz?
Yes, the horror.
So what happens to her in her mind would be horror related.
So it would all be a lot darker than.
So it would be a red brick road, and it would be blood.
Well, no, it'd be like the Yellow Brick Road, like Return.
Liam gave you a good out there. You just said no.
No, because it can be yellow. It can be red if it wants to, but the ruby slippers is the blood that she carries with her. She's got blood on, instead of her hands, she's got them on her shoes. You've got blood on your shoes, okay, Dorothy. And like the poppy fields, because
at a particularly bad period one day.
But I just no, but yeah, then the horror element. I want a horror Oz movie, like, and not even like take away the whole drug thing, but just like set in the world of Oz, like an actual horror, like a dark version of Oz, because like
we got that. It's called Return to Oz.
Yeah, but we need a newer version, because Oz the Great and Powerful. What was that? I mean, Rachel Weisz, iconic, but Mila Kunis, she shouldn't have worked again after that, in my opinion. Anyway, that wasn't good. Yeah, that wasn't. So that is mine, and I think, okay, maybe it is a bit, and the Oscar goes to, but you know, I'm going to reach for the stars, Yutaka, and if I can do a horror film that's Oscar nominated, then there you go.
Okay.
But that was my first one that came to mind, because I just think there is lots of avenues that you could go down to create horror elements within the fictional world, and then within a sort of real like horror and bit of a oof when you come into the real world and you realize it's actually not all happy. Thank you for your time.
Cool story.
Thank you.
Well done. I think it sounds delightfully derivative of Sucker Punch.
Well, I don't think it does, because that's completely different. I would also have Zack Snyder direct.
Oh, he's going for them Snyder cultists.
Come on. No, I wouldn't. I do actually. Who would I get to direct it? Oh, that's a good question. I don't even know. Not Tim Burton. I don't even know who I'd get to direct it now. Oh, I should have thought of that one. Who's
Guillermo del Toro?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking Guillermo, but then I don't know. We need somebody else who does like crazy horror like that.
AJ Bayona.
Imagine it as an A24 film. Oh, A24, but like, it's because I actually did. I'm going to go off on a tangent real quick, and then I'm going to let you speak, Liam, because I've always been obsessed with The Wizard of Oz. But in my when I was in high school, I did photography at A level, which for those of you who aren't in the UK is basically like the last 2 years of your time in high school. So basically, I did photography, and my idea was basically to take Studio 54 and The Wizard of Oz and collide them. And so I had these, I'll have to find them. I had these photographs of like, it was Dorothy vomiting into her ruby slippers. Like the Scarecrow was off his brains on like sniffing cocaine, and like the Cowardly Lion, like Cowardly Lion was like having a fight, and the Tin Man was in an orgy. And they wouldn't let me present the Tin Man. They wouldn't actually let me present them at the arts festival, because obviously it was still a high school. And they were like, I had to have it behind a curtain that people peeled back so they could see it. And even then, the head teacher was like, this is too much. I still think, anyway, that would have been iconic. But so, yeah. Anyway, I just have to I've always had a thing about Oz being a little bit crazy. That was what I was trying
He's
to
always had a thing about sex.
sex and drugs and ruby slippers. So Liam, tell me then, things that mine's also derivative. What's your life-changing movie that's never been created before?
My life-changing movie, if you will, is Paddington Bear.
Okay. Do explain.
In my version, Paddington Bear isn't like willingly bringing himself to London to have a lovely life and eat marmalade. Paddington Bear is kidnapped from the jungles of Peru and forcefully taken to London, where he becomes addicted to marmalade, and he escapes and goes on a rampage across London looking for marmalade and slaughters the Brown family in their home when he finds them walking into the home with shopping bags of marmalade.
Wow. Obviously,
drama ensues along the way. He kills more than just the Brown family. He kills random passerbys, kills his handler. My Paddington Bear would be a true fucking bear. He'd go for the throat with them bastard claws and he'd rip them. Like, mine isn't a bear that you're going to want to pet and let brush his teeth. No, you're going to want to put him down.
Who would play her?
Who would play her?
Yeah.
Well, Paddington's a boy. I think we'll keep. Yeah, I did. I think I'm going to keep Ben Whishaw. I feel like Ben Whishaw could pull a really gritty growl out of himself, because my Paddington can't talk because talking bears are fiction.
So would he be a bigger bear then? Like, he wouldn't be like a little
He would be a bigger bear. He wouldn't be a little bear. He'd be a big fuck off brown bear. That's literally gonna like murder everyone.
Okay.
And there's going to be a lot of blood. Like, I want all of the blood.
So like American Werewolf in London. Love it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That's a vibe.
We'll go with that. But
who would direct it?
Mine isn't a werewolf, it's a bear. Who would direct it? I'm gonna go. Who's good?
Just like Creature.
Yeah, like who's like
Ridley Scott.
Oh no, he's local. He's local to me. I'll have Ridley Scott. He's a
yeah, he is, isn't he? I forgot about that.
Yeah. War Ridders. You can come away. We'll knock the script out on my kitchen bench. We'll have a nice time. Maybe have a couple of tabs in the garden.
Okay, a couple of tabs of marmalade.
A couple of tabs of What?
You said, what did you say? A couple of
tabs.
Yeah,
like fags.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant tabs of acid.
American cigarettes.
That's why I was trying to.
I mean, we'll have acid as well, but
that's another story. Okay.
Yeah, so that's my first one.
All right. Well, Yutaka, I mean, you've heard our amazing pitches here. I mean, I don't know how you're going to top them, but.
Okay, so I guess just by listening to everybody's, I'll go in the same vein. I'll go ahead and take Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, except instead of this whole, oh, look at all these things, it's kind of like Saw, and these are traps. So as the kids keep going through and not listening, and they just keep getting like falling into these traps, and obviously it's going to be tons of gore, tons of death. No one really survives, and pretty much Wonka is like a jigsaw-like individual, and I just, I see it as a way to lure all these kids here so he can, just kill them or put them to work.
Yes.
Because those Oompa Loompas are actually kids who maybe survived, but now have
I like it.
Collars or what, they can't get out.
Shock collars.
Thank you. Yeah. So they are basically slaves at the chocolate factory.
I like it.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few people like say about wouldn't that the technical did they actually did they die and stuff, because in the first one you don't actually see them leave, they just kind of like, whereas in the Tim Burton one they all like pop out and it's a bit stupid, but in that one and that first one is terrifying, like that scene in the tunnel. I mean, I don't know who, someone was on acid when they did that, so I agree.
Which way is going?
Is the grizzly
maybe add a few more kids too, that way like when the room gets smaller and smaller and they're trying to get out, well, maybe somebody doesn't get out and it closes in on that kid.
Yes. And then when they lick the wallpaper, it's actually poison.
Actually, when that one person does it, I would say it's like a super adhesive. So in order to get their tongue off it, somebody has to like yank
it.
Yeah.
It's given like truth or dare. And also then you can do that thing where the grandpa and Charlie go up into the fan and they're like, we're going to hit the fan. And they do actually hit the fan.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Someone make this movie. And who would direct it?
Well, I mean, if I'm thinking about it, I would have to say, you know what? Let's have James Wan back at the helm.
Yes. Bring him back.
Yes. I like this.
There we go. We've all gone for, noticeably, we've all gone for like children's films, family films here.
Like all three of my ideas are for family films. Well, because I thought they would be like the best ones to try and like convert to a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
And Liam and I actually had horror films. So we're not sure on your George.
There is that.
Sorry.
Okay, well, can I bring my second one then, which maybe is more horror?
Sure, try.
Okay.
Try and entertain us.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm listening.
And he is obviously a broken man when his wife divorces him. And he basically snaps and takes on this personality of Mrs. Doubtfire to obviously be close to the kids as it isn't there. But basically, it turns into like he kidnaps them, and the people who find out that he is actually this person, he murders. And it's all about like, I just want to be close to my children. I actually made a Mrs. Doubtfire horror trailer years ago, which has got over 50,000 views on YouTube, and a famous drag queen from Drag Race actually shared it on her page, and this is before I watched Drag Race, so that's how I actually got into Drag Race. I won't say the drag queen's name because unfortunately, let's just say she's not, we don't like her anymore. Season 4 winner. So but there's loads of horror trailers of Mrs. Doubtfire as a horror film, and I do think it could work. Again, maybe it's more of a psychological thriller type film, but I think there could be a lot more you could get away. It could be very think
Okay.
but like, and Mrs. Doubtfire is trying to be cool, and like lures and like the friends of the children who are like, Mrs. Doubtfire is really weird, and she's like, oh dear, why don't you come down to the basement? Stuff like that.
That works.
Like, she's like, just right away with your tea, and then like throws like, burning hot tea onto them, and then kills, the.
It's the accent. So good.
And like, when the woman comes round from the whatever it's supposed to be, the like welfare estate to check, like he kills her as well. And there could just be a lot of murder in it, I think, and it could have a really cool, and like the end, the mum saves the day, and like gets the kids out, and then like at the end, the kids could say to like, Mum, you were right, and then that'd be the end. She's like, yeah, I was right. That's why I divorced him. And Pierce Brosnan would also die. He would get the Mercedes thing that she pulls off the car would go right in the eye. So actually, or he could just choke to death on the prawn that he is allergic to. So that's Mrs. Doubtfire. Maybe it could end with a big fire, and he's like,
I like it.
That idea. I like that.
And like the end of Halloween, like they trap him in the basement, he just goes up, and then he's gone. They're like, he's gone. Dun, 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 dun. And then like you just see the mask, like, and he turns into Leatherface. Oh my god, Leatherface is Mr. Doubtfire, guys. And it would be,
now we know.
We know how
the
the Leatherface origin story that nobody asked for, but would still be better than the newest one they just released. And who would direct that? Would probably be it'd have. Oh, actually, I would probably say who directed Orphan. I think like they could go around the same vein as Orphan.
Isn't that the one that I already said?
It wasn't Gil Merritt that directed Orphan.
AJ.
Or was it AJ?
The which one did you say? The Orphan?
No, it's Jaume Colette Sierra.
Ah, that's it.
Who did Non-Stop and Unknown.
Who did The Orphanage?
Oh, The Orphanage. Oh my God, I love that film, the Spanish one. Is it Spanish or French?
J.A.B. owner. Yeah,
that was amazing.
I'm thinking of The Orphanage, not The Orphan.
So,
ignore me.
And Vera Farmiga would be the mother in it because, just so I can hear her scream. Maybe Patrick Wilson can play Mrs. Doubtfire. Let's bring them back together because they're iconic. Oh, I love Rachel Weisz. Anyway, so that would be my second choice. Would be Mrs. Doubtfire.
I like it. Well, for my second choice, I went with Spider-Man.
Okay.
So everything is still the same up until the point where he gets bit. So he's still your normal geeky Peter Parker. But then he gets bit by a radioactive spider and actually turns into a spider.
Okay.
But because the initial spider was like a Black Widow hybrid shitty thing, he's like really venomous and like just like a slight like scratch will like infect you and you'd like explode and die. So people are like trying to save him, but they can't save him because every time they touch him, they get like scratched and get infected, and then they all die. Like everyone dies.
Everyone in the world.
Everyone.
But would he be a giant spider or?
He would be a giant spider, but not like a giant.
Like eight-legged freaks.
Yes.
I love that film.
He'd be like an eight-legged freak size spider.
Mm-hmm.
But like he could still talk. And he'd be not wanting to kill people, but then he is killing people. And it'll be like, it breaks him down mentally. And then he just like snaps and goes insane.
This sounds like it could be very camp.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Who would direct her?
And I decided who would direct her as Taika Waititi.
Oh, definitely camp then. And I think that'd be fun.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be the next big camp horror, I think.
You're welcome.
Would it make as much as No Way Home?
Yes. It would actually make 2 billion. It would actually outsell Titanic.
Really?
Because fuck James Cameron. No, that's right.
Okay. Well, Spider-Man. You need to think of a good tagline for that. Don't get too
Spider-Man. Oh no! I didn't think of this. Spider-Man.
It could just be that.
Spider-Man. Don't get scratched by the Spider-Man. I don't know.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Well,
that was awful.
Anyway, moving on.
George, that's on you for encouraging
I'm sorry,
that.
I panicked.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't do anything that goes
What
off
was
script.
the tagline for yours?
I could make which one?
All of them, both of them.
The Wizard of
Mrs.
Oz.
Doubtfire, go.
Mrs. Doubtfire would be in between the truth and in between the truth and lies, there is doubt. Fire. It's better than fucking Spider-Man. Don't be bit by the Spider-Man.
I didn't say that. I said don't get scratched by the Spider-Man.
In between. Yeah, that's iconic. Oh my God, I'm going to write that down. I hope if Paramount or anybody of you listening, give me a call.
He said that with such conviction as well.
Listen, fake
He
it
really
till you
did.
make it.
Hey,
Like, he
I know
believes it.
I know the tagline for The Wizard of Oz.
What?
The Wizard of Oz is written by the delusional George.
Not terrible. Putting the Z in drugs.
Oh!
Tell you. Put me in the writer's room. Anyway, sorry. Yutaka, did you have any others? I wasn't sure if you had any others or not.
All right. Well, if we're gonna, I guess we could do.
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to think of a fun little, romantic comedy, like 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's a good idea.
And really, all you actually have to do is just add a slasher element. Either somebody's chasing the kids, or oh no. Let's go. She's All That, because that's even better. Because meanwhile, you've got slashers trying to kill the kids, but then the kids are still trying to, get ready for the prom or the dance, and she's still going through her transformation. Little do they know, she's actually the one who's killing everybody.
That would be good.
And then the final dance, it's going to be an epic scene, epic bloodbath. We're going to give her a little bit of like Tragedy Girls meets Freaky vibes. So, everyone's dancing, having a good time, and she walks away, lets loose a rope, and just shards of glass fall on everyone. And it's like a bloodbath. And then she steps all over them so she can get her crown and walk the fuck out.
Important. She must not forget the crown.
Yeah, there's loads of like those romantic things that you do. Like I just made me think then 51st Dates, he keeps giving her like amnesia pills so she forgets him. So, and then every time like he keeps trying to get her back. I think that's something like that would be cool. Like
I think where you want to go with that is maybe
date rape rom-com?
No, I was going to actually say he just kills her each time and she comes back to life. It's like Happy Death Day. Except she doesn't remember it. He's the one who's actually killing her. So it's like all these different date scenarios.
Yeah.
And then it's like in that, like, oh my God, that fear, somebody's chasing us. Or,
Yeah. Oh, could you do something with the Notebook, maybe?
I
Sure,
thought
I've never seen it.
planner.
No, I haven't seen it. The planner.
The wedding planner.
Oh, the wedding planner.
So it's still normal. JLo's planning the wedding. She meets him. I fucking love JLo.
Oh my God.
So she meets him. She meets Matthew McConaughey, and then obviously finds out she's planning his wedding. Then gets ridiculously jealous and starts sabotaging everything and goes like full Fatal Attraction. JLo is getting her Glenn Close movie.
Actually, I was going to say, why not JLo be like the opening like kill? So instead of her getting saved because her shoe got caught, the trash just hits her and flattens
Then
her.
there wouldn't be a movie.
You have a new lead. She'd be like the Casey Becker. You didn't see it coming.
No, that's true.
But who would be the wedding planner? I don't understand your logic, sir. You've took out the wedding planner.
Oh my God, like
more at that organization.
Oh my God, like Pretty Woman you could do as a horror. I suppose these actually get to like the more psychological. Anyway, I agree with She's All That though. Wait, isn't that? No. Which is the one that Addison Rae's in on Netflix?
That's
He's
the
All That.
He's
remake.
All That. That's the remake, sorry. I mean, that was a horror film.
That
didn't need any
unintentional horror.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my one that I've got here, my last one, which basically has already it is basically the same film as another film with if it was tweaked. This is Matilda.
I like it.
Matilda. You can't tell me Matilda is not Carrie.
It is.
I could see that.
It's literally
Carrie for kids.
Yeah, it's Carrie for kids. And you could make it into a Carrie style film if you wanted to go that way, where she uses, her powers bad. But I do have another way. Again, I don't know if this is really, this maybe more of my Oscar. Maybe I should be on Oscar forecast. So my other one, I wrote this down on the 16th of May, 2015 as a status. When you really think about it, Matilda is about a girl who feels so alone in the world. She believes that she can control things around her in order to make others react to her and give her attention. She breaks into her headmistress's house while also trying to convince her teacher, Miss Honey, that her father was murdered by Miss Trunchbull, although there was never any evidence of this. It is evident that her father was obviously just a sick man suffering with mental health issues and committed suicide. So she's also manipulative and a liar. It's sad, really, but not as sad as I am for sitting here and thinking this up. So you could
go. Last line's correct.
But Matilda and Carrie, like that, I thought she could have changed the name because she didn't want anybody to find out, and then she could have gone Miss Honey. She kills Miss Honey, and then she goes and moves in with I can't remember who played in the original, but Julianne Moore in the new one.
Oh my god! Like,
I liked that remake.
What if Miss Honey is like Miss Honey is a mom, but she realizes she's got because she realizes she has these gifts, she goes insane and becomes like God obsessed, and then it literally turns into Carrie.
Yeah. I mean, Roald Dahl that's again another Roald Dahl book, like Willy Wonka. He's always had like weird. I mean, I love his Tales of the Unexpected is an amazing series that he did. Very like in the same vein as Twilight Zone. So he's always had that dark element to a lot of his books, and so I can definitely see that.
So who would direct it?
Ooh, that's a great question, baby.
Yeah, baby, tell me.
Jordan Peele.
I like it. Okay.
I think he could do a really cool version of it. I'm so excited for Nope. I keep seeing the trailer every time I go to the cinema, and I'm like, I just want to watch it now.
Oh, give me
every time Kiki Palmer goes, oh no. I'm like, yes. And that big hole in the sky, and you're like, what? Anyway, sorry, I'm going off on tangent.
What is it all?
So
for my third one, my final one, I went with The Parent Trap. So earlier on, obviously, Yutaka mentioned Willy Wonka with Saw. So this is similar vein, Parent Trap. It's Parent Trap mixed with Saw, smooshed it in. The kids find each other, and when they try and get their parents back together, it doesn't work. So they decide to kill their parents instead.
Okay.
And they set up like an actual trap. And they kill everyone. So they kill the parents, they kill the butler, they kill the maid, they kill grandpa, and they don't kill Meredith Blake. Meredith Blake ends up, they admire Meredith and she helps them. And Meredith Blake, in my version of The Parent Trap, will be played by, I believe it's Leslie Martin from The Seed, because that lass looks like Meredith Blake.
I can see that.
And direct in the director's chair, I will be picking Greta Gerwig.
That's a vibe.
I think it could be a fun vibe. I think it could give it she could give it the like that like thing that she does with cameras. But it's not crystal clear. I don't know how to describe it.
No, we're supposed to be a horror movie channel.
I know. Like when it has like a graininess. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. It's like a little bit grainy.
Well,
looks vintage. Looks 90s.
Glad you got there in the end.
Thank you. I'm not really a brain person. I'm more of just like a speaky person, and then I get there in the end.
Oh my god! Couldn't the Willy Wonka film be in found footage? I really want to. Like they've all got like they all have like little cameras on them, and like then you use a CCTV, and it's like, oh, I don't know. I want a found footage. I just love found footage.
Oh, you should have thought of that before.
I didn't think about it. Now I'm all lost.
Yutaka, have you thought of any more while we've been sitting here?
I actually have. So now first, I'm going to take the age group of like the group of characters and kind of age them up to where they're like their senior year of high school. So it makes it more age appropriate because it's going to be a Ty West version of Harriet the Spy.
Okay.
I don't know what that film is.
Oh, fucking kids.
Basically, you've got a detective, a girl, at this case, you've got a teenage detective who's solving all these, little mysteries around the high school or around the town. But instead, people ended up dying. And so she's got to race against the clock to find out what's going to happen or to save the next victim. And, the body count just keeps going. And obviously, because, they're 18 years old. Obviously, it's going to be sex, gore. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
That is very.
I'm there for it.
And it's going to be set in the 90s.
Even better.
I just had one then.
Make me miss my youth. I do miss my youth. I still look young though, because fat don't crack. So it's fine.
Well, I had another one that just came to mind. What about Hannah Montana? But so she's a famous singer by day, but she's a serial killer by night. She gets the best of both worlds.
Oh.
Slice and dice all those peeps, then you rock out with sweets. No, okay.
You were onto something, and then you ruined it. I hope you're proud of yourself.
I was going to also say, and then I realized that it is a film. I was going to say, what about Freaky Friday? But and I was like, oh no, that's just Freaky, where you change bodies.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, that's been done.
And I was like, never mind.
It's been done very well, but it's been done.
Now, how about? No, actually, no, because it's just already. No, Spice World the movie.
Right.
But it's the Spice Girls on a killing spree.
You should say this about any film.
because they've been dropped by their management. So they're all go mental.
May have to force Victoria Beckham to actually sing.
You don't have to force Victoria Beckham to sing. She can sing and she sings very well, thank you.
You said there.
In a little black Gucci dress.
I'm trying to think if there's any more.
Everything in mine just involves everybody killing people.
Yeah, like yours, just everyone. All of yours have ended with, and everybody gets killed.
Because that's it. I don't want no survivors. I want death.
You couldn't. Would you not put? I don't know. I'm trying to think. There was the one before, but it's gone now. There's basically a lot that you can easily change.
Oh, there is so many.
Like it's just. What?
Is there a TV show? No, we'll save TV shows for another time, I think.
If you'd like this sort of video, let us know in the comments below.
Yes,
and we'll do.
And then we can do TV. Oh,
I am kind. I kind of did TV because wasn't Harriet Spy? Wasn't that a TV show too, or did they just do a Nickelodeon movie?
I thought it was
just a movie. Okay, I'm curious out of all the ones we suggested, which do you think would be the best one?
Mine, obviously.
No, apart from your own. You're not allowed to say one of your own.
I'm asking you to pick one out of all 9 that we just stated.
I mean, it depends if we're looking for like Oscar award-winning films or.
No, you mean your first one that didn't have any horror? Come on now.
Camp films with spiders.
I would say
that has box office appeal.
You would say what, Liam? Sorry.
I would say a toss-up between Willy Wonka and just my quick snippet of an idea of The Wedding Planner. but without Yutaka's stupid idea of killing J-Lo. J-Lo doesn't kill people. No, J-Lo doesn't die. She kills people and then invests their soul so she stays youthful with a nice plump ass.
Okay, how about you, George?
I mean, I really want to see a dark Wizard of Oz film, but aside from mine, I would probably also say Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, because I think you can have a lot of fun with that, and I'd love to see like him, like someone get locked in a room and him come up and on a big screen and go, "I want to play a game," with a big hat on. So, what about you, Yutaka?
I mean, I'll go with that too then. So, okay. It looks like I had the best idea. Well, actually, I was going to say my She's All That one, just because I love the whole directed by Ty West, his type of vibes, what we get with the cast and the gore and the music. But the Willy Wonka one was a good.
Yeah, it was a vibe. It was a vibe. But let us know in the comments below, which was your favorite, if any of them.
I mean, obviously the people are going to have taste and they're going to pick mine, but it's fine.
Sure. I mean, I think mine are more easily made, but we're not here to argue. Between all of us, Yutaka's idea of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory has won the day, but it's not about the win, it's about the taking part. But anyway, let us know in the comments below, which was your favorite one, which would you like to see?
Liar!
Which would you like to be seeing made? Let's do a hashtag make this film now on Twitter and Instagram, which way we are over there. You can follow us at the Horror Hour TV. Also, let us know in the comments below if we've missed any and what you would, if you've got any ideas of films that you think would make great horror films, because we want to know what yours are as well, because they could be iconic as much as ours were. As always, well, all right. But as always, do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. As I said, all our links will be in the description box below. And yeah, we will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.